The Clippers are 10-5 in their last 15 games and are only getting better and better as the time passes. They also won their last 2 games before the All-Star break, beating the Suns and the Golden State Warriors, and they are currently sitting in the 4th seed in the Western Conference at 33-28, just 1 game out from the number 3 seeded Sacramento Kings. The LA Clippers are slowly becoming one of the most underrated teams in the entire league. In this video, I'll be breaking down the 3 major factors why the Clippers are currently the biggest dark horse to come out of the Western Conference. Now, before we jump into today's video, make sure you guys smash that like button if you do think the Clippers can make it to the NBA Finals this season and compete for an NBA title. Also, subscribe and comment down below if you think the Clippers should go out and try to sign a Patrick Beverley or even a guy like Russell Westbrook from the buyout market. Let me know who you guys think they should bring in. They did lose Reggie Jackson, but did also acquire Bones Highland. But I do think they could use a little bit more point guard depth. Or let me know if you think Terrence Mann and Bones Highland are good enough. But I will be covering the Clippers and the entire NBA all year long. So make sure you guys turn on post notifications and you'll be notified every time we post a video. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, hit that like button, and let's get right into the video. So as I was saying before, the Clippers are the fourth best team in terms of record in the Western Conference. However, what people don't tell you is that Kawhi has missed 27 games this season so far, and Paul George has missed 17. With that being said, they're still one of the best teams in the conference. And this leads right into our first major factor, the health and availability of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. This is the most important factor for the Clippers. They need Kawhi and Paul George to play games because when they do play, they're a very good team. If they can play like maybe 90% of the upcoming games for the Clippers, there's no doubt in my mind they will be competing for that number 2 seed, maybe even the number 1 seed. I know the Nuggets are really, really good and the Suns just got KD, but I think the Clippers are much better than people even realize. However, I think the main concern for the Clippers is just getting into the playoffs with a healthy roster. The Clippers believe if they're fully healthy, they can truly compete with any team in a 7-game series. So I don't really think they want to or are prioritizing that number 1 seed, number 2 seed, or even number 3 seed. I feel like they think or they believe if they can get into the playoffs, they can literally compete with anybody in a 7-game series. Now, obviously, right now where we sit, the Suns and the Nuggets are the top 2 favorites to come out of the Western Conference. But I think the Clippers can make things very interesting. When Kawhi Leonard has played, the Clippers are 23-11. Kawhi's availability is crucial for the success of the Clippers. In the last 15 games, Kawhi Leonard is averaging 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, while shooting an amazing 51% from the field and 45% from 3. If this team can stay healthy throughout the next few months, my prediction is the Clippers, or we will see the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals competing for a shot at a banner this season. Now, moving into our second major factor leading to the Clippers being my dark horse to come out of the West is the amazing job they did at the trade deadline. The front office, the coaching staff, and the GM did an amazing job bringing in talent to make this team even better. The Clippers now, in my opinion, have one of the deepest teams in the entire NBA. Bringing in Eric Gordon from the Houston Rockets, a great 6-man who can still score the ball at a very high level. And they only gave up John Wall. And then they also brought in Bones Highland from the Nuggets, a competing team, or, one of the favorites to come out the West. They brought in Bones Highland. He's a good player. At times, he's not the best player. He can take, some unwanted shots, some unnecessary shots. But I do think when he's hot, he can be a very high, lethal scorer in this league. And I think they only got him for 2 second-round picks, so that was amazing. And then they also brought in Mason Plumlee as a backup big, which I also think is a huge pickup in my opinion. He's not going to be a guy that's going to get, a ton of minutes. He won't get 20 to 30 minutes a game, but he will provide a much-needed depth at the position. And he'll be able to contribute in multiple different areas. He can score the ball in the paint. He can pass the ball. For a big man, he actually passes the ball pretty well. I think he was averaging around 4 assists per game for the Hornets when he played for them. And he's not a defensive slouch either. Not the best big man in terms of moving his feet and switching, but he's not the worst either. So I do think he adds a lot of versatility to this Clippers team. Now, we also have a lot of rumors coming out that they're interested in bringing in Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook from the buyout market as well. But at the moment, their depth looks very scary. This is what it looks like. Terrence Mann, Bones Highland. You got Paul George, Eric Gordon, Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, Robert Covington, Zubac, and Mason Plumlee. I mean, guys, they have a very good balance of great defenders and big-time scorers on this roster. The last thing they need to do is just put it together. And the most important thing when it comes to a winning team in the NBA is the chemistry. The team chemistry is, like, just look at the Nuggets, for example. They have one of the best team chemistry in the world. Like, they don't have a ton of superstar players, but they have a bunch of players that play like absolute studs in their role. I mean, you look at Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Bruce Brown and Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray. I mean, that team over there, their team chemistry is amazing. I've covered the Nuggets in a lot of videos this year, so if you guys want to check any of those out, you guys are more than welcome to do so. But that's kind of the team. That's kind of the outlook, the blueprint you kind of want to base your team off. If you can get that good of team chemistry, then truly the Clippers can beat anybody if they can just pull it all together as a team and, you know, figure out how to play with one another. Now, before we get into our third and last major factor for the Clippers, make sure you guys subscribe if you're new to the channel for more NBA updates. Also, comment down below who you think is the most underrated player on the Clippers roster right now. Lastly, hit that like button if you've enjoyed the video so far. And let's get into our third and final factor that will lead to the Clippers surprising the entire world this postseason. And it's going to be no other than their defense. Currently, the Clippers rank number 4 in the NBA in points allowed per game, number 9 in opposing team shooting efficiency, which means they pretty much play very good defense when teams take jumpers and just take layups and shots. They're very good at contesting opposing shots. They also rank number 7 in opposing free throws attempted per game, which means they don't foul a lot, which is very important when you look at a team like the Bucks or the Warriors or the Celtics. Those teams get to the free throw line a bunch, and those are some of the best teams in the NBA right now. So if you're a good defensive team who doesn't foul a lot, doesn't allow your opponents to get to the free throw a lot, that is going to be a major, crucial, vital, factor in winning games, especially in the playoffs, man. If you don't allow teams to get to the free throw line a ton, you are going to win more games than you think. They also rank number 4 in the NBA in first quarter points allowed, and number 1. They're the best defense in the NBA in terms of allowing points in third quarters. The Clippers do a great job at starting each half, and what this tells me is that when their starting lineup is out there for the majority of the quarter, their defense is elite. Obviously, we know in first quarters and the third quarters are when teams come out and play their starting lineup for most of the quarter, probably like 6, 7, sometimes even 8 minutes. The starting lineup is out there, and that's what that shows you right there. They have a number 4 defense in first quarters and number 1, the best defense in the NBA, in third quarters. It's literally incredible. And the thing about the playoffs is teams tend to go from 10, 11 man rotations down to like 8, 7, maybe 8 man rotations. So their defense is going to only get better in the playoffs. Now, defense is not the problem for this Clippers team. However, they do need to work on their offense a lot. Now, Kawhi Leonard being healthy and playing will obviously help that case, but also I think the additions of Bones Highland and Eric Gordon are tremendous for the offense of this team. Also, Mason Plumlee, the guy can pass at a pretty good level for a big man. So I think all of those additions they made at the deadline were focusing on bringing in more offensive help. And I think that's going to help a ton. And I think we'll really start to see that when we get back from All-Star break. And I really can't lie. The Clippers did have one of the worst offenses in the NBA this season, and they need to fix it. Currently ranking number 27 in points per game, number 29 in points in the paint, number 25 in assists per game, and number 22 in fast break points per game. The Clippers have a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong. But defensively, they're really good. Offensively, they need to improve. And if they don't improve offensively, I really don't think they'll be in finals contention. But I do believe, like I said before, the moves that they've made are trending in the right direction. And I think this team can actually be very good. Like I said, there are a couple of things this team needs to continue to do and what they need to do to improve this team to be the dark horse, to be that team that surprises people in the NBA. They need to get the offense better. They need to continue to play good defense. They need to keep their roster healthy. And as long as they, add in the right fit at point guard, I know they're interested in Pat Bev or Russell Westbrook. As long as they bring in the right guy to help out this team, I think they could be an absolute dominant team in the NBA. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this video. Do you have the Clippers being a dark horse, or do you think they are actually overrated? Let me know. This is all my opinion. Subscribe, hit the like button, join the family. We're going to be covering the NBA all year long, so don't miss out. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.